people have asked me like a million times, which is the one technique I recommend when it comes to card magic that people should really master and practice more than anything else. A lot of magicians are going to disagree with me with what I'm about to say here, but a lot of people will probably agree. If we're just meeting, my name is Caroline Raven. I'm a full-time magician and YouTuber, and in this video, I want to walk you through possibly the most versatile and amazing card technique that you should know, the double lift. There are a few things that we should just mention before we talk about the benefits of knowing a great double lift, and that is, what is the double lift? So basically, well, if you're not a magician, get out of here, because we're going to talk secrets. So what a double lift is basically you taking two cards as one, and yeah, that's what it is. It's not harder or easier than that. It's you taking two cards as one, and with that, you can have a million different things you can go into when it comes to card magic. So whether you are like a beginner or have done this for a while, like a big hobbyist, or if you do this full time as a profession, knowing and mastering a great double lift is really going to enhance your entire magic performance, especially when it comes to close-up card magic. So a while back, I recorded a video where I talk about some of the different ways that I personally use a double lift in my professional performances. So in this video, we're not really going through this practical stuff. Instead, I'm going to link a video for you guys right up here so you can go check that out later on. This video is me telling you about the benefits of you actually sitting down, taking the time, and mastering the technique of double lift. So again, what a double lift is you taking two cards as one, and that's what the audience is going to feel. Like if you do this right, people are going to think that it's only one. They're never going to question that it's only one card. And that gives you a million opportunities to go into some of the most classics in card magic. So benefit number one is misdirection. Knowing how to have a very, very good double lift is going to help you with mastering misdirection. One thing that is really good to know is that as you're executing the double lift, you don't want people to watch you doing this. So you don't want people to be burning your hands. Well, you could have them burn your hands, and burning is, by the way, when people are looking extremely closely at your hands. You can have that if you are extremely experienced in this, but this is a great opportunity for you to practice misdirection. So as you're playing with the cards, you don't want people to be burning your hands, like looking like this. Instead, as you're preparing for your double lift, in this case, I am just pushing two cards over my index finger, and then as I'm coming back, this will automatically create a break here. Now it's done. This is a double lift. This is two cards. So instead of them burning your hands, a great way to use misdirection here is to do the push. Oh, I just accidentally hit my table. Is to do the push. And at the same time you're doing this, maybe you have your hands down as you're relaxing, and you talk to them. You ask them a question. Maybe it's like, was your card a red card or a black card? Or have you worked at this company for a long time? Or whatever it is you want to do. So that means that they're going to be polite and look at you as well. So you're here, you're relaxed, and then you do the push, or whichever one you want to do. You relax, you push, you prepare, and it's done. Okay? So that's one way to use it, and I think misdirection is probably the one that you are going to have the most benefit of. So if you are practicing misdirection in any way, I think this is a good way to use your voice and how you move and present yourself when it comes to like using the double lift. Well, using misdirection when you're doing the double lift. Well, we could probably talk about misdirection for like 25 videos before it gets boring. There's like a million things to talk about, but that's one that I think personally, and that I use every single performance that I do, is when I am talking to the audience, that's when I do the double lift. So with the misdirection, you're using that offbeat to make it happen. So benefit number two is that you practice card control. And by card control, I basically mean that you know where the card is. There are a million ways to control a card. Let's say that the King of Hearts is your card, yeah? And so you show the double lift. This is a double lift. The king is on top. So you show this as a double. You can hold this in any way that you want, depending on how you get into the double lift. You can also turn it over, which I think looks great, but we have limited angles here. Go check out this video, by the way. This is the same one that I talked to you about before. Okay, so you're here, you're talking to them, and you have all the time now to control this card. Maybe you do a false cut, so nothing happens here. The same card is still going to be on top. Yes? So it's still the King of Yeah, I just had to double check. Yeah, that is the King of Hearts. So knowing a bunch of different card controls can actually enhance your magic by a lot. So when it comes to like big revelations of where the card is, I think this is a really good technique to use as well. So let's say that you want to have somebody hold out their hand and you do the double lift. So if you show this card, this is a Joker from Ravn 1. What is the name for Ravn 1? Does anybody know? Comments, let me know. So you show this card, you ask them to hold out their hand. They do. They hold their hand like this, maybe another hand on top. You ask them to think of their card, and they think of their card, and then maybe you say something like, oh, I want you to think of your card, like really think about it. So you think the King of Hearts, the King of Hearts, the King of Hearts. Yes, was it the King of Hearts? And they take a look and they realize it's the King of Hearts. So that's a great trick and they're gonna absolutely love that. So that's one way of controlling the cards and controlling the environment of where this is happening. I'm telling you, the double lift is the most versatile magic technique, well, card magic technique that you can learn. Speaking of versatility, that is my number 3. That is number 3 when it comes to the benefits of what the double lift is. So the versatility of using a great double lift, it's like a million things that you can actually do with it. I've said this like a million times already. As you get into actually learning this, you're gonna understand how great this actually is. So one thing is that instead of just thinking you can do this with cards, is that you can use this with, I don't know, maybe business cards. You can do this with like a bunch of different things. And just knowing that you don't only have to do the double lift and place the card inside, or you can use the card in the hand, you can use it under a box, inside a box. There's like a million different things to do here. And that's why I say that the third benefit is versatility. Benefit number 4. Where is this from? This is from the incredible Burt Wonderstone, isn't it? Oh, I don't remember. Who's seen that movie? It is so good. It is so good. I have to watch that tonight. Number 4 is psychological impact. So one thing that we just saw was that let me use the same card again. So you show one card, they hold out their hand, you take the card, place inside their hands and like this, and then the card has changed. The psychological impact of that is amazing. So don't just like use this lightly, even though it sounds like this is and seems like it's a very simple thing, and it might be if you master this, the impact that this has can be incredible. So if you use this right and use your script, like use your words, use the misdirection and all of this stuff, this can actually become probably the most impactful moment like ever in a performance. So the psychological impact that this has will increase and enhance your magic overall if you learn how to adapt this. Benefit number 5. This is probably the one that I think is the most beneficial for you when it comes to your showmanship. So this one is confidence and control. When you master how to do a good double lift, when you're not nervous anymore, when you know how to relax your body, when you know how to look, when you know how to interact with your audience, I really think just the sense of control and confidence is going to make you a better performer, because you're not nervous anymore, you're not sweaty, you might be sweaty, but you don't have this like panic inside your body because you're now in control, you know what you're doing, and this will make you like do the tricks that you want to do more smoothly. So when you feel like you have the confidence and you're in control, then you can more easily focus on the presentation, which will again enhance the experience of your magic. And isn't that what we all want? Well, there's just one more thing maybe that I want to say. So before we actually wrap this up, you have to take the time to practice the double lift. Because it really sucks that if somebody sees how it's done and then nothing can make it better. Like there's one thing that you can also look into, it's called canceling. If you want to do a multiple phase ambitious card routine, you might not want to do the same double lift every single time. You might want to do a triple lift. You might want to do a top change or whatever it is that you want to do. You want to make sure that one technique is followed by another one that can be canceling out the idea of how it's done. And I'm thinking that maybe that's why we don't do the same effect twice, because people can now see it 2 times and analyze it in a different way, and we don't want that. And with ambitious card, for instance, we have multiple sequences in the trick that looks the same, and if the method is canceling out the other one, I think maybe it's a better trick if we can add multiple layers to make it harder for the audience member not to understand what's going on, but to know how it's happening. Anyways, I do hope you enjoyed this video on just the topic of double lift without talking about like too much of the technique, but instead of talking about the benefits of you sitting down to practicing this and making sure that you become a smoother double lifter. Is that a word? But I think really if you take the time to learn this, you're gonna have better misdirection, you're gonna have more confidence, you're gonna know about card control way more, and you are gonna become a better magician. And I hope that that's the name for you if you are watching this video. I do hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, bye! If you can do it from the bottom, you can do it from the top, you can do it from the middle. Is that what she said? No, wait.